Well, good day and welcome to Moments with Dr. Steve. And this is the Canopy version of our program. Many of you know that I've been in the business of therapeutic intervention for many years, decades. And so, as we are launching Canopy in a very focused way, you'll be able to find content that we've already created, Dr. Ken Tomley and myself. But in these segments, I'm going to speak to you directly about issues that are facing families because family intervention is a very big thing for me, and it is a big part of the work that I've been a part and am still about. And so today we're going to talk to you about the big ideas that we're going to be addressing. Now, I need you to understand that Canopy is about saving American and worldwide kids. Save your kid. We're going to do an entire series of issues that families are facing as they raise and rear and train up teens in this highly distracted society. We're going to talk about all kinds of prickly topics. So prepare yourself, manage your facility. We're going to also address the fact that there are many of you that have placed your kids in facilities and many of you who manage facilities where kids are placed. And there's a great deal of controversy that surrounds this. And we're going to be creating an entire series of templates and work flows for those of you that work in and are uh, uh, directly impacting young kids' lives, especially those that oversee faith based residential and outpatient care facilities. So look for that, it's coming. Next, we're going to be talking about churches and youth groups and what happens when the people that run youth organizations or youth groups are out of bullets and your programming, your approach, your method, your intention doesn't seem to impact a certain set of children or is completely missing the population that you're dealing with. We face and stare this down a lot, and we're going to have something to say about that. Education and how children are being harmed. The harm of the traditional educational system is massive. We deal with, on this end of the conversation, children that have been mal affected by the education system. And for those that disagree with that, I don't know what to say other than face the music. And so we're going to talk into, in days to come, we'll do an entire series, a whole collection of material and teachings on education and how children are being harmed and how to redirect a child that is not doing well in terms of his or her ability to learn. Adoption and the attachment and detachment disorders that come with that. The reality of attachment and detachment disorders is so real, it's so powerful, it's so difficult, and it creates cogs that do not fit together and gears that grind and family systems that break. If you've been involved with the adoption process, the foster care system, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And we have dealt with this. I have dealt with this, and the team that I work with have dealt with this. And so we're going to have an awful lot to say about adoption and foster parenting and attachment and detachment disorders and how they work and what they look like and how they work out in family systems. Gaming and electronic intrusiveness. Gaming and electronic intrusiveness. The reality is that electronic storms and how these are impacting families and how these are stunting and dwarfing the development of adolescence is stunning. And I'm going to have, and we here at the Canopy are going to have a great deal to say about that. God and how faith fits into a family system and what happens when faith no longer seems to impact, no longer seems to have pull or influence. We're going to have something to say about that, a lot to say about that, because we are faith-based interventionists on this end of the conversation. Fear and threats and elopement and acts of defiance and violence with the home setting and escalation and what happens when environments turn bitter and actions become dangerous. We're going to have an awful lot to say about this topic in days to come. Managing change and how to prepare for separation, how to prepare for discipline, how to prepare for consequence, and the real need for space and safety as families stare down adolescents that become not just unruly, but unmanageable. This list is far from exhaustive, and yet this list represents what happens when teens move past misbehavior and enter into the province of unmanageable medical necessity. Now, there'll be a day coming. I'm not a physician, and there'll be a day coming when we speak into this topic of medical necessity, because many of you are still are in that uncomfortable place of staring that down. So that's what Canopy is about. That's what we shall be doing. That's the topics we shall be addressing. Now, if you want to talk to me or with me, send me a private message and I will respond. If you're a family that is facing tension, that is bordering and moving and migrating towards dangerous, you certainly will want to speak with us because we'll have something to say. Now, for those of you whose families are intact, those of you whose families are doing well, our hope is that the information that you receive from us bolsters and fortifies and reinforces the work and the hard work of parenting that you are doing. I love what we get to do. I truly love it. I love what Canopy is, and I love what it represents, and I love the people that have the courage to face down and stare down issues that are confronting their own family systems. Once again, this is Canopy. I am Dr. Steve. We're on the Moments with Dr. Steve platform because this is one of the topics that matters greatly to me and has a big part in my life. Till next time, travel far.